I'm sometimes recalling back to years back when I played the game and made questionable decisions that I now regret making. So I'm gonna tell you what I regret doing in the game so you can avoid doing it. One of the most meaningful things that annoy me to this day that I've done and has no real impact on gameplay is that I removed one of my Christmas trees. I had a tree that looked like this one, but in a cage. It's like a green one, but in a cage. And I had it and I removed it. And I really hate myself for doing that. Cause now that I'm collecting all the ones that I can, obviously I'm missing a bunch because I haven't been playing the whole entire time since the game came out. But now that I'm collecting them, I really do wish I did keep it. So just make sure to always keep at least one of them, because you're gonna get every month you're gonna get a shovel probably, right? From the clan games, or maybe you'll just buy them or an event, something. So you might as well have a bunch of shovels. So always make sure you keep one, because like, what if you would want to use it one day? Like I have, like, what if I want like my base to look really magical, so I can start placing trees around, like really special trees like this, right? And then it'll make my base look really special. Like imagine going into this base and seeing stuff like that. Like imagine, but with more trees over the years. It shows that you've been playing for longer than the average player. It also shows that you actually care about your base. It's more than just a grind. You also care about how it looks. I think that's one important thing that I regret doing, was removing that tree. As I had it and I just removed it. I don't even remember the real reason I did it. I just know I did. So I kind of wish that I didn't. Another thing that kind of regret doing was rushing. I did actually rush all the way up to Town Hall 6 as hard as I could. Just because I wanted to see all the new content. And I was so happy once I got to Town Hall 6. But eventually I got to Town Hall 7, I got to Town Hall 8, and at Town Hall 9, I was kind of starting to recover from rushing, but it was noticeable, especially because of how hard it was to level up the heroes and everything else. And that's one of the first reasons why I quit the game. Or many times before, I also quit the game, even for shorter or longer durations. It's because I rushed. And then the game got increasingly hard, which is not as big of a deal now, because if you rush to Town Hall 6 now, you can recover in about, like, what, like a month? But if you did it back then, years ago, before Town Hall 11 came out even, you'd be spending like maybe 6 months trying to recover from your rushing, unless you're really grinding the game, maybe 5 months or something, 4 months. I don't exactly remember how hard it was, but it was pretty hard. It was hard to find loot, it was hard to progress. So I do regret rushing a little bit, because it kind of ruined the low levels for me. Now of course rushing isn't necessarily bad, but it is bad if you're doing it on your only account, because then you're skipping ahead and missing out on a lot of experience that you would have otherwise had as a lower town hall. I now make sure to max out everything before I go to the next town hall. As you can see, I'm at town hall 12, but I have everything the town hall 11 had to offer. And you can look back on my previous videos and see that I waited and delayed upgrading my town hall until I made sure that the last bomb would finish before my town hall. Just to be sure it's 100% finished. And I guess you can say that I wasn't very happy to find out that rushing was bad only after I did it. So I guess I do regret that as well. Another thing I regret in this game is just like, I guess giving up on it so many times and not coming back. Like I really did quit the game many times and came back later, realizing how much I've missed. It feels like all the fun stuff that happen in the game are things that happen while you're away from the game. So when you're playing the game, look, nothing is happening. But if I close the game right now, come back a month later, it's gonna be all the fun events with all the fun amazing things, and it feels weird. I don't know, it just feels like I missed so much throughout the years that I didn't play this game. But I think taking a break is respectable, so it's not as big of a bother for me. I do also have a little regret, which is actually funny because when you take it into context of what I said about my town hall rushing, now when you're gonna hear it, you're gonna be like, wait, didn't you say rushing is bad? Well, I do regret not rushing my builder base. I regret spending months as a builder hall 6 with the only things left to upgrade being walls, and the only way to upgrade them was with gold, so all of my elixir went to waste, and all of my gold took so long to collect, especially because in the past, with Builder Hall 1.0, you couldn't get loot by raiding, only the star bonus. But other than that, you couldn't raid constantly to get more loot. Now you can, but back then you couldn't. So I actually spent months that I could have spent rushing on just trying to get walls to level 6. Now all of my walls are finally level 6 or higher, right? As you can see here, I have level 6 walls everywhere. But like I could have had like a sixth builder way earlier, and the reason why I say I wish I did rush is because currently at the current status of the game, rushing your builder hull is only has positives. It doesn't have any negatives. You don't lose anything from rushing. You only earn because think of your builder base as like a tiny little buff, like a magic item, a passive that is happening at the background all the time, supporting and fueling your main base. That's why you want to always make sure that it's optimized in a way that'll make your main base feel better and more fun. Because okay, what is more exciting to you? Finally getting a level 3 Eagle artillery, or perhaps getting your roaster to level 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, right? Like there's no question, even a mega Tesla, anything, because the builder base is not actually a trophy. It's more or less the thing that's holding your trophy. It's like not having a trophy and just placing it on something that makes it look more grand, but it's not the actual trophy. Your builder base is there to support your base, and I really do regret not rushing it to make sure that I get the sixth builder earlier, and I could have been at Town Hall 12 maybe even a month earlier if I got the sixth builder, earlier, if I rushed. So I wish I didn't want to perfect like my builder base and I just rushed it to get the sixth builder. Now I have it and I eventually did choose to rush it and now I'm fixing it, and that's an adventure on its own and I love it. I love fixing my rushed builder base. I really love it, and I'm doing it in my own goofy way. Like I'm making sure to get the walls all the way to max level, and then I'll start doing defenses, and I already got all of the offense and resources, so I only have defenses and walls, as you can see. And after I'm done, I'm gonna max this entire base, and then this one I'm gonna leave at level 6. Why? Because I think it's funny. Because look, who cares, right? It's funny. I want to do it. It's my base, my rules. So I want to do it like that. I want to make this base look as threatening as possible, and then this one will be like child's play. You drop one P.E.K.K.A. and he just aces everything. So I really like that concept, and that's what I'm going for. Why? Because I can. Again, I also regret taking the game too seriously when I clearly shouldn't, because sometimes the game is just meant for fun. Like, you shouldn't care too much about how you play the game, and making mistakes is normal. So, for example, in one of my accounts, I used the wall ring on a level 1 wall. Now I blame the new UI because of that made me do it, because I pressed on the gold and I wanted to press gold again, but it did a wall ring. So I blame the UI, but it was a mistake, and I'm gonna live with it. I mean, I'm gonna live, and yeah, I also kind of regret spending a lot of raid medals on Builder Gold and Elixir, but I also don't, but I also kind of do, and I also regret spending it on things that don't really matter. Like, I don't remember what I spent it on, but I remember spending it on a lot of things that I didn't need. The only things you need from here, in my opinion, is the research potion. Everything else is optional until your lab is maxed, and then maybe wall rings if you need them, or dark elixir if you need it. Also, I guess I would say that I kind of regret uh, not managing my gems properly. Back in the day, I used to spend gems on the most ridiculous things. Like I used to gem levels for the queen. For example, I missed Dark Elixir. Okay, I will just gem it, and it's silly because I can just raid for it, but I was too lazy, so I just used gems. Now I would love to have like 500 more gems right now, so I can spend them on things that would give me much more value. But that's really it. That's like the little things. But those little things are the things that make your base special and make your base yours. I can like people will ask me how come you have an obstacle from 1 year and the obstacle that came after that you don't have it. I'll say yeah, I removed it. Yeah, that's what happened. There's really not much to it. I just removed it, and they'll be like, oh, I see. Like everyone did mistakes in their base. No one's base is perfect, and I'm sure many people have many regrets, and some people might relate to my regrets. But hey, like regrets are a very small fraction of all the proud things I have in this base. Like I'm really proud that I don't rush anymore, that I fixed most of the mistakes, and apparently I've lost connection. I really love when that happens. Okay, let me try again. I think that's really nice. I think it's really important to be able to know what you're doing wrong and fix it, but in a fun way. Don't do it if it doesn't make you happy. Just if you don't like the obstacles and don't want to bother with shovels, then just remove them. I guess. I mean, I wouldn't. Many people wouldn't, but many people would too. Do whatever makes you happy. Look how many shovels I'm going to need in order to get all of those. I made sure to only keep one of everything, even though I've had a couple more. I've had a lot of these cakes, but I removed all of them except for one. Because I don't want more than one. That's me. I just need one. Some people would keep all of them, right? But I don't want more than one. I just want like a little museum across my base of all the obstacles that I've collected. Because that's what makes me happy. I just want to be happy, you know? So yeah, I also have like level 1 hidden Tesla, but don't worry about that. It's like an icon for the base, you know. Honestly, just do what makes you happy. And if you have a couple regrets, maybe you can fix it, maybe you can't. But remember that that's what makes your base yours. That's what makes you unique. So don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just have fun. That's what the game is for, anyways. You know.